This is just something that I've noticed within our little online bookish community that I really felt the need to talk about and to address. Because honestly, it's really sad. And it's something that it shouldn't be happening. And I don't understand why it's happening and why people feel the need to do this. Why people feel the need to attack other people for their seemingly innocuous, perfectly acceptable opinions. Like, y'all need to stop. Just stop. Think. Is this something that I would want to be said to me? No? Then don't say it to other people. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm Jessie, and today's video is a smidge different than my norm. It's not going to be a book review or a trope talk. It's not going to be like, a typical bookish booktube video. I wanted to come on here and address some things that I have seen that just keep happening within our booktube community that really disheartens me and makes me kind of sad. And it's just something that, no one's gonna fully agree with me, and that's fine. But, I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to address the situation and see if we can maybe have a decent conversation in the comments and not have anyone get heated, yell, or death threats, or, the usual. And I want to talk about how toxic fandoms can get when somebody doesn't like your fandom. And it's a problem. We've seen this happen multiple times, right? Somebody doesn't like a book. They put out an honest review of why they don't like said book. And then their comment section is overwhelmingly negative and attacking them. And it's not okay. It's not okay for you as a viewer or a person who likes a specific book to go on to somebody's video where they're talking about what they don't like about this book and attack them. It's one thing to have a difference in opinion and to have a civil conversation about why you like said book based on the other person's perceptions and the other person's opinions of why they didn't like it. That's fine. We can have these decent conversations. What we can't have is people saying, you're stupid, you didn't get it, you're just obviously a snowflake, which I have no idea when the term snowflake became a, catch-all insult. Like, snowflakes are unique and pretty. I don't understand. Why is that a bad thing? Snowflakes are cool. And I'm from Florida. I love me some snowflakes. I don't understand that. But it's not okay to attack people for their differing opinions. And it happens way too often. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because a really good friend of mine recently put up a review about a book that she did not like. She put up a review about Dune, which has a very heavy, platform. It has a very large fandom behind it, and she didn't like it. And she laid out her reasons that she personally didn't enjoy it, won't be continuing it. She never once attacked people and said that people that do like this book are stupid. She never said that obviously this book is trash and no one should ever read it. She was like, this is what I didn't like, and this is why I will not be continuing on. And maybe if you have similar views to me, you may not like it either. And her comment section was just the worst. And that's not just a one-off incident. People have talked about other massive, well-known books and fandoms and gotten very similar responses from those fandoms. It's not everybody in the fandom. Like, I don't feel like I need to be like, not everybody who likes Dune or Malazan or Way of Kings is bad. Because they're not. But there's a very vocal minority of people in fandoms in general that are like, if you don't like this, you're wrong, you're terrible, you need to die. Like, why are we saying this? Nobody needs to hear that. It's not something that needs to be said, and it's not correct. Like, it's happened when friends of mine have put up reviews about, like, Malazan and not liking it and why they didn't like it, and they get just brutally attacked. It's happened when friends of mine have put up reviews about Way of Kings and what they didn't like about it and why they won't be continuing with the series, and they get brutally attacked. And honestly, people like that are what make us, for one, just not want to read these books at all. Like, you're not changing anyone's opinion by the way that you're coming at them. So, you're obviously not even trying to change their opinion or be like, hey, you might like it if da-da-da-da-da. You're not really trying to make them like it. You're just stating why you're rude. And that you're right and they're wrong, and ha 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 ha, you're obviously stupid because you didn't understand this. Like, that's not a way to get people to continue on with a series that you want to see them read or that you love so much. Like, that's not the way, right? And I'm not even saying that, like, I hate all these books. I really love Sanderson books. I loved Way of Kings, and a really good friend of mine read it, didn't like it, gave her review as to why she didn't like it, and got so many, like, death threats and just ridiculous amounts of negativity that she had to take the video down. That is not okay. In no world is that okay. We can't keep doing this, right? Everybody out there says they want honest reviews. But they really don't. They want honest reviews that align with their opinions. And that's not always an honest review. If I read a book and don't like it, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it. That's not an attack on you as a person if you do like it. I have so many friends that like books that I don't like. I have so many friends that don't like books that I love. And that's okay. That doesn't make any of us wrong. That makes us different. And that's fine. People are different. They have different opinions. They have different life experiences that might lead for them to think one way about a book. And honestly, why are we attacking people for their opinions on things when it's not hurting anybody else? I didn't like Dune either. I DNF'd it. Come for me. Tell me I'm wrong and stupid. Whatever. I've got a thick skin. I don't think you're right. I don't think that what you're going to say in the comments is going to change my mind. Because if you wanted to change someone's mind about a book they didn't like, you would come at them differently. You would approach the conversation differently. You would say, okay, I understand your points and why you didn't like it. This is why I did like it. And this is kind of what happens, and this is how I saw it. Maybe we can come to a middle ground. Or, maybe, this is why I liked it. This is why you didn't like it. We obviously have different life experiences that led to this, and that's fine. If you're like, oh, well, this changes in book 2, and you might like it if you continue on because of these reasons, that's fine too. I'm always down for people to be like, hey, I know you didn't like this, but the issues that you had with book 1, they're rectified in book 2. So if you continue on, I just wanted to let you know that you might like book 2 more. And that makes me more likely to be like, okay, well, maybe I will. Maybe I will pick up book 2. But if you come at me telling me, you're obviously stupid, you didn't understand this, and obviously you're terrible and you should just die and you should just stop reading altogether and da 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 da, That has no effect on me wanting to pick up the next book. That has no effect on me wanting to change my opinion, because that just makes me like double down and not want to read it at all. Like, it just does. It's just hard to see people that I like and respect and am friends with have to go through this and get attacked for their opinions on books they didn't like. Y'all, these are books. This is not anybody saying you're a terrible person or saying anything terrible or harmful or hateful. This is someone being like, yo, I read it. I don't get the hype. I don't understand it. I don't like it. Didn't make sense to me. That's fine, right? Like, we want these honest reviews, but we don't really want honest reviews. Like, we get mad when people put out a bunch of 5-star reviews for a bunch of books they love, because obviously they're lying about liking all these books, because you can't like everything. But then we get mad when people put out 1-star reviews because you're just being stupid and hateful and da-da-da-da. We get mad when people put out 3-star reviews and say, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like. Like, what do you mean you want an honest review? If somebody has any kind of critique about it, you get mad. But if they're too overly positive about what they read, you also get mad. And honestly, that's going to make people just want to stop doing reviews altogether. Right? Like, no one deserves the hate that these people are getting in their comments for not liking a freaking book. No one deserves that. So why don't we just stop acting like we're brave behind a keyboard? Would you say this to someone's face? If you met me on the street, at the grocery store, whatever, would you come up to me in person and say, you didn't like Dune. You're a terrible person. You were stupid. You didn't get it. And look me in my eyes and tell me that in person? Probably not. So if you wouldn't tell somebody that to their face in person, don't say it on the internet. You don't know the effect that your words can have on people. Would you like somebody to say that to you about something you didn't like? Oh, you didn't like Way of Kings? Obviously, you're an idiot. And obviously, you don't really like fantasy. And obviously, you just didn't understand. And you're a terrible human. And I hope you die. And da-da-da-da. And you should never read again. And it's like, no. This is not the way to go about it. We're a community of people that likes to read books and talk about them on the internet. That is what we are. We are not here to attack people for their differing opinions. There are so many different fandoms out there, so many different sides of YouTube and Booktube as a whole that, like, you can find somebody out there that has a similar opinion to you. And that's cool. Watch those people. But don't go after people that didn't like what you like, because that's just rude. It's just not okay. And honestly, I don't even know what the point to this video is. It's been sitting heavy on me, and I really just wanted to bring it up and discuss it and see if y'all had the same opinions as me, differing opinions. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm rambling at this point, but it just makes me so upset to see people I care about get attacked in this way. And if y'all are going to come for me in the comments, please bring it. Because I am not the person. I don't care. I have a real life outside of this bookish community online. And honestly, while your words may hurt at first and they may, kind of make me upset, I got a pretty thick skin. I can take it. Attack me. Come for me. Don't come for my friends. Right? Like, that's just something I just don't want to see. I don't like to see. There's no reason for it. It's not cute. It's not a good look. So, let's just try to be kind to people. Right? Like, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Didn't all of our mamas teach us that? My mama taught me that if you ain't got nothing nice to say, do not say it at all. If you're not going to say it to someone's face, don't say it on the internet. Don't get brave behind a keyboard and a screen. Right? Most of these people are just mean. And there's no need for it. It's one thing to have a civil discourse about differing opinions. It's another thing to attack somebody. So think about that the next time you type out that novella of a freaking comment that could count as one of my Goodreads goals for the month. Think about what you're saying, and if you would feel happy having somebody say that to you, or one of your friends, or one of your family members. And if the answer is no, just delete it. Just backspace, backspace, backspace. Don't even leave that comment. Just let it go. Because you're not going to change anyone's mind. And if your goal is to change someone's mind, there's different ways to go about it. Hey, I liked it. I know you didn't like these aspects. But in book 2, da-da-da-da-da changes. Or maybe you would like it if you knew this piece of information. But don't go about it in a rude, vitriol, attacking manner. It's not a good look. And none of us should do it. We're just a bunch of people on the internet that like to read books and talk about books and review them and give our opinions to this camera that sits in front of us while we talk to nobody with light shining in our face. So do you want the honest reviews? Do you want people to continue giving honest reviews? Then don't be rude. Because your words are going to start making people just not want to do any reviews. Then what happens? Then there's no more Booktube. So think about your words. And be nice to people. Treat them how you want to be treated. And if you don't got nothing nice to say, just don't say anything at all. Thank you for listening to me rant and talk about this. It's definitely not my typical video, you know. I'm normally much more positive, much more happy, much more just talking about some good books that I like, but it was sitting heavy and I really just wanted to broach this topic and, you know, throw out my opinion on it. And maybe it means nothing to anybody. And that's fine. I'm just a chick with a camera. But maybe someone will see this and be like, you know what, you're right. That comment that I left was really mean and rude. So if it changes just one person's opinion on why they shouldn't leave those type of comments, I feel like this is worth it, because there's no reason. And yeah, I'm getting rambly and I keep hitting the same points, but like, obviously it needs to be said because people just keep on going. You don't like something, you're wrong. I don't like a lot of things. I didn't like Dune. I didn't like Malice. I have no desire to read Malazan. I didn't like Nevernight. And I don't like Sarah J. Maas. I have friends that like all of those. I love Way of Kings. I have friends that don't. And I don't care. Because it's just a book. It's not my life. And they're not telling me that I'm stupid because I do like it, or they can't be friends with me because they like it and I don't, or obviously I'm an idiot because I don't understand it. Like, we're just like, oh, cool, you know, this is what I did like about it. And I'm like, oh, cool, you know, this is what I didn't like about it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see your point. And I'm like, yeah, I can see your point. Civil discourse. It's something that we're lacking. And for some reason, we just have lost that capability. And we need to get back to it. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I don't know, is this an enjoyable video? Me ranting for 15 minutes about why you need to be nice to strangers on the internet? I don't know. Maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe it'll just make me look like a bitch. But it is what it is and it needs to be said. So hopefully y'all have a lovely day. Be kind in your words. And treat people how you want to be treated. I'll see you next time. Bye.